did.
A rematch with Gonzalez in an Extreme Rules match, I think it was at NCW Storm, where Gonzalez beat you for the hard a little bit. Like, oh, you didn't pin him, but on the other side of the coin, he has pinned you. And
yeah,
the thing
that
is
irritated me a little bit.
Not to mention the fact is, like, any time you try to use a weapon in that match,
yeah. Honestly, I gotta say, the part that angered me the most was not the fact that he wouldn't let me win the championship. The part that angered me the most is, like you said, he kept stopping me from being the hardcore icon, or the hardcore, hardcore
icon and hardcore champion, because at that time you were the reigning champion. Yeah.
Yeah, and now since I am the champion, I truly am the hardcore icon, and everybody in that locker room back there has got to remember how deadly I can be in that ring. You saw what I did to Gonzalez. You saw the beating he gave me. But all it took was one Cassity crusher from me. That's all it took.
That's true. In the False Count Anywhere match, that's all it took. But question is, somebody asked me who is David Cassity. David Cassity is my NCW hardcore champion for the second time in his career, which has only been about 10 episodes. I mean, he might have a basic look like, I don't know, a combination between AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, but
yeah. One thing you gotta learn in professional wrestling, though, is never judge a book by its cover. You know? I mean, the same thing goes for Andreas Gonzalez. He looks like a, pansy freaking luchador wannabe, but, he gave me a little bit of a run for my money, but I still beat him in the end, though.
Yeah. I mean, look at Lucha Rainbow. I mean, he looks like a jobber. He's got the stats of a jobber. The thing is, he's a 5-time light heavyweight champion, so looks can be deceiving. But let's go on to your next title defense, the one against Adam Sabin one-on-one. Like, you beat him to win that hardcore title for the very first time. How did you feel going into your rematch, or like your one-on-one rematch with him after you pinned him in that 6-man tag match from episode 47? Like, the very next week, the very next episode, you went into an Extreme Rules match with him.
Yeah, I gotta say, for one, those Extreme Rules matches, they're exhilarating, to say the least. And pitting Adam Sabin was exhilarating, to say the least. Because honestly, I feel, like Adam Sabin deserved more of a chance at my title than Andreas Gonzalez ever did,
Yeah. Are you saying that you'd like to have a rematch with him with the hardcore title?
Sabin, I could do a match with Sabin any day. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if the title was on the line or not. I could still beat him any day of the week. But the thing is, the reason I like going against Sabin more than I like going against Gonzalez is because at least Sabin gives me a worthwhile match.
Yeah, he took you hardcore, which is what you wanted. You're like, who could challenge me as a hardcore wrestler? And Adam Sabin, I mean, he pulled out the weapons.
He brought
not to mention, he hit you with, what was it, 2 Sabin bombs?
I believe so. That second one knocked me for a loop a little bit, so my memory's a little foggy.
Like, there was times I thought you were actually going to lose that match, but
yeah, somehow I kept kicking out, though. I can't explain what happened, but I just, something inside me just said, don't stay down, and that's exactly what I did.
That's the thing. I mean, you wanted to prove that you're, like, worthy of that hardcore title.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
I mean,
how could you do that if you lost on your next title defense? I mean, the idea of becoming a 3-time hardcore champion sounds good, but the thing is, you need quality to those reigns, not quantity.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. A three-time hardcore champion. That does sound impressive until you realize that person who's been the three-time hardcore championship has lost that championship at least twice, if not more. You
Yeah.
know, then that greatness sort of goes away. You start realizing, wow, this guy loses his championship every other time he competes. I didn't want to be that guy. I want to continue to be the hardcore champion and the hardcore icon, you know?
I mean, not to mention,
not that I don't think
you're one of
Saban
two people to hold that
doesn't
hardcore
deserve
title.
it.
No, you're one of the two people to hold that hardcore title, you and Gonzalez. I mean, doesn't that sound like great? I know it's a B minus title, the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title being B and B plus, but the fact is, just because it's the lowest ranking title doesn't make it that bad. Because, I mean, it's not like it's a C rank or D rank or anything like that. I mean, B is still above average.
Exactly. But, I mean, the reason I don't really... I honestly don't even really care for the other titles, to be honest. And that might shock you, but I really don't.
Nah, I believe it.
The other titles, you know, the United States title, the NCW championship, if you have that, I guess, the Champion of Champions title, I don't care about all that. All that matters to me is the hardcore title. If I have that, then that's all I need to intimidate someone and let them know I have this belt for a reason. And I'm getting ready to show you. Okay?
But you think about the United States title where it's open challenge week by week by week. The thing is, it's just like that's had like 20 plus champions so far holding that belt. Does that devalue the United States title, or does it prove that NCW is giving out opportunities to be a champion? Here's your opportunity, it's up to you to take it, and so far 20 plus people have taken that opportunity. I mean, that US title could boost you up to that world title position where you want to be.
Opposed to the idea of having more than one title, you know.
Like, to add to your resume, because at the moment I like the idea of one person, one title, unless it's like one title, like one singles belt, and the tag belt, which is fair because I've tried to actually do that as a unification match once before.
I mean, you see how intimidating I am just with the hardcore championship. Think of how intimidating I would be if I had the hardcore championship, the United States championship, and maybe even someday the Champion of Champions title.
Well, that's only being held by 3 people, that Champion of Champions championship. I mean, you look at Clark Oliver Morrison, he stabbed his best friend in the back to get that title. All because he was not happy with sitting in the spot, like his friend getting all the titles. Like Alexander Leonardo Davidson was getting the world title, the United States title, the tag title, and then the Champion of Champions championship. He won all those belts, making him the first ever Grand Slam champion. But Clark Oliver Morrison took his opportunity when he saw fit, and then he took him out of the picture and took him out of the gentleman's club. I mean, titles can make or break a human, and if you're not prepared for the mental stress as a champion, you could be sitting at the tippity top of the mountain with nobody there to support you. But
I sort of already know that feeling. I sort of already know that feeling of, you know, now I'm the hardcore champion, now I got sort of a target painted on my back, you know, who's going to be coming after me next, you know? And like I was going to say a little earlier, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of Adam Saban beating me for the hardcore championship. I'd still be sort of pissed off about it that I lost the championship, but I mean, at least he, you know, would wear it well, you know. He's sort of almost on the same level as me, you know.
But do you feel a little irritated that Saban's like gone from the hardcore title to the light heavyweight title back to the hardcore title? Like, he didn't win the light heavyweight title or even the #1 contendership, but the point remains that he competed for it. Does that irritate you that he was looking for another title before he came back to you?
Honestly, it confused me more than anything. I gotta say, the fact that he was able to compete with me while fighting me and Andreas Gonzalez at the same time in that triple threat match, to me, that told me that he was more than capable of being a #1 contender for the Hardcore Championship. And like I said, he put stuff on the table. He brought the fight to me. He didn't win, but he came close. He came close, and if he had to beat me, then I guess I'd have to just shake his hand and let bygones be bygones and say, hey man, you deserve this, like, congratulations, and then I just, punch him in the face and knock his lights out right afterwards. But,
and go after him in backstage for the hardcore title like he did Gonzalez, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
This is a 7-minute brawl that starts off the next episode, and you just, kicked his ass and walked away the hardcore champion for the second time. And it's just like, that's the thing you gotta love about the hardcore title. It can be defended anywhere in the building.
Exactly. And
Gonzalez wanted to do it in the ring.
Fun I had.
Like Gonzalez, he wanted to do it in the ring. You said, I'm gonna get you before the ring, and I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I mean, that's like the epitome of the word hardcore, It's like, I don't give a crap if you're waiting backstage for the announcer to begin starting to, give your intro or whatever. It's like, if I see you, I'm coming after you, and I'm going to take that belt from you. That's my belt. You stole it from me, and you screwed me over. I don't stand for that crap,
Like, yeah,
so I worked with what I had to work with.
But now the question remains, well, two questions. One, if you were to go for the tag team titles, who could you imagine as a tag team partner? Like, who do you see teaming up with a hardcore icon?
Honestly, I don't know. The only person that really comes to mind that I even really have some sort of respect for is probably Saban. To be honest with you. Because, like I said, he fought like a wrestler is supposed to fight. And if he had to beat me, then he would have deserved that hardcore championship. So, in my mind, he's the only one that I think would really be worthy of being my partner.
True. Respect goes a long way. I mean, Logan King, Lopez Stone, they became a tag team off a match. There's like Lopez Stone, he didn't even have a job at NCW. He came in with... He had to do it. It was a triple threat match. Briefcase hanging high. You get the briefcase, you get a job at NCW. But he ended up teaming up with Logan King because he was able to beat the King of Strike Style, and that, gained Logan King's respect. So they went on to become a tag team. So you reckon you could become a tag team with Adam Saban just because of that one match that you respected him? But the thing is, would he hold a grudge against you? Because I mean, he gave you absolutely everything he had, and he still couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, you see, that's where the plot twist is. You see, I do respect him, but does he respect me enough, or actually a combination of, does he respect me enough, and do I trust him enough to not stab me in the back in the middle of a match and just walk away, and it's when I need to tag him in because I'm too worn out at the moment, and he just says, you know what, you're on your own. It's like, I can't say he wouldn't do that, because anyone can do whatever they want in this business pretty much.
I know, it's all about the championships. I mean, sure, you can join the NCW roster, but if you don't become a champion, what does it matter?
Exactly.
Um,
I mean, it's always eventually about the struggle to become a champion of some sort, whether it's United States title, the champion of champions, you know, stuff like that, or even just the hardcore championship, you
yeah.
know?
Also, next question: who do you see challenging you at Chaos Mania for the hardcore title?
I honestly have no idea who it's going to be, but I can say that if it's going to be a Chaos Mania, it better be a damn good match, you know?
Oh, obviously. But I'm just
I
trying to
hope
think.
whoever it is, though, is going to give me a really good fight, you know? Like, the people I've been up against so far, Andres Gonzalez, Adam Saban, especially Andres Gonzalez, have given me, you know, simple matches in a way. But, you know, I sort of want to go against someone who's really going to give me more of a challenge this time around.
Let's see if I can book this match right. What do you reckon of Steven? He is a former 3-time United States champion. Came really close to winning that tag title at one point. You think he's got what it takes to challenge you?
Say that again? Your mic cut out a little.
Sorry. Steven, he's a former 3-time United States champion. Do you think he has what it takes to challenge you for the world title? Or if he wins the number one contenders Elimination Chamber on episode 50?
Possibly. I mean, if he's had championship experience in the past, then odds are, you know, he has an idea of what he's dealing with. But, you know, I just leave it to whoever wins the match and becomes the number one contender, to be honest. You know, I don't know who it's going to be, but, I mean, whoever wins obviously deserves a chance to try to take my title from me, but you know, they better be prepared. That's all I gotta say, because I'm not letting this title go unless they can pry it from my cold dead hands.
That's fair point. So basically, you don't care as long as it challenges, as long as you get a challenge out of it.
Yeah, as long as it's a good fight, I can fight anyone, anywhere. You know, I prefer street fights because they're a lot more fun. Obviously, there's, you know, less rules, and you know, I can bust someone open really easily. That's always fun.
No count out, no disqualification, bullshit like that. Basically, you go in there and you're gonna get a definitive winner by pinfall or submission.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, all fair points. But what if somebody out hardcores you?
I never considered that, but I mean, if someone were to, you know, out hardcore me, as you put it, then, you know, I'd have to, you know, again, I'd just say congratulations, I guess you deserve the title or whatever, but then, you know, don't expect me to not go after them and try to get the title back, you know, at least a couple times, because, you know, I still feel like that title belongs to me. It's been in my possession. I carry it with me everywhere I go, you know.
There's been a lot of champions before and I'm sure there's going to be more after you that feel the same way. It's like, once you get that title, you can't let it go. But also, I think I might have picked your 6 opponents. What do you think? Dan the Destroyer, former United States champion. Corvo Jack, former light heavyweight champion. Steven, former 3-time US champion. El Cubano almost beat your record in tying, but he took a week, you took a day, so. But El Cubano, he's beaten Alexander Leonardo Davidson in his debut. I mean, he beat a former world champ in his debut, a Grand Slam champion in his debut. That's like Fandango beating
Yeah,
Chris
that's
Jericho.
impressive.
The only difference, the only difference between El Cubano is he went on to win a championship, something Fandango never did. Also, who El Cubano beat for that United States title was Ken Phillips, who is like, I mean, a former light heavyweight champion, former United States champion, former two-time Intercontinental champion. So he beat somebody with title experience, and also
We'll talk about Ken Phillips in the locker room.
who Ken Phillips.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I've
that
heard a lot of talk about him back in the locker room. He's pretty tough.
I was gonna say El Cubano's got a bright future ahead of him, but yeah, Ken Phillips. I mean, he betrayed Adam Sabin, like a member of the UK Wolves, and then he went on to basically join with World Elite, which is basically Eddie Knight, Antonio Blackwell, Loki Suzuki, and Ken Phillips himself. Their goal is basically world domination, which is win championships. So far, only Ken Phillips has been doing that. But anyway, your other two opponents, Gavin Bryant, who he calls himself the only real wrestler in NCW. The thing is, he's not won a championship since he's gotten here. I mean, he was close winning the world title, but he was the first one eliminated in the inaugural Elimination Chamber match. So this could come back to haunt him, or it could rejuvenate his career. I mean, he's no longer in a tag team.
Yeah, I love to give someone a chance to, win a championship for the first time, but you know me, I'd also love a chance to beat someone to a bloody pulp for the first time, if management would allow me to. We got to keep things PG, so...
No, we don't. But, what are you talking about? This is Neo Chaos Wrestling. It wouldn't be chaos without, blood and weapons and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm so used to freaking WWE. That's where it came from before you signed me on. Freaking Vince is crazy with the PG ratings. He's like, no blood, no blood. It's like, sorry, Vince.
Yeah, but this is NCW. Your boss is Neo Extreme, not Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And your last opponent is Ken Snow. Or last possible opponent is Ken Snow. A rock star who dresses up like Kiss. I mean, former tag team champion, so he's got title experience under his belt. Problem is, it's a tag belt, not a singles belt. Is there any difference between a singles and a tag belt? I know there is, but like you've been on the wrestling side of the circle of the wall. At the moment, Neo Extreme has yet to debut in his own product, but that will change in time.
I wonder what it'll look like.
What?
Neo entering the ring and everything. I wonder what that'll look like.
Oh, don't worry. I've already got somebody fucking chasing me down.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but there's a few people, out of all those people you mentioned, there's a few people that actually stand out, in my opinion. First of all, yeah, Dan the Destroyer, obviously. Corvo Jack, he was a tag team partner for me one time.
Yeah, he's been a partner, and he's been on the opposite side of the ring to you. I mean, you went out and beat... I mean, you were both champions practically at the same time for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, what...
So he could be, like, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum and everything.
Like, he was Mr. Calm, Cool, Collected, Mr. Technical. You were fucking, I'm gonna punch you in the face, Mr. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Just
like, he's being the perfect gentleman, and I'm being the perfect, just...
bar fighter.
Legit badass, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the yin and yang of professional wrestling. It's like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, or...
Yeah.
AJ Styles and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, when I was in the WWE before I signed on to NCW. I had a lot of respect for Dean. He's a really cool guy. Had a lot of respect for Baron Corbin as well, and I had some respect for Kevin Owens until he, traded his balls in for a U.S. championship and a.
I think he traded his balls in for the Universal title.
Yeah.
I mean, he won that U.S. title pretty much on his own.
Yeah, but anyway, back on the subject, the third guy that really stands out to me is Ken Phillips, like I said.
Well, Ken Phillips isn't in the match, but because he's being currently feuding with the Intercontinental title, I just brought up Ken Phillips because that's the one El Cubano defeated for the United States title.
I thought you were naming off another
no,
combatant.
Because there's only 6.
I got confused.
It's all good.
Not the smartest.
Yeah. Who needs brains when you got a fucking hardcore title? But yeah. El Cubano beating 2 big stars, and when he lost the title, it was to a former 3-time world champion. So, not to mention a super heavyweight. So I don't see his chances of beating Aaron Crimson for a championship or Golden Titan or whoever. Basically, anybody above that super heavyweight level, I don't see him slaying.
Yeah. Also, eventually, like, whether I still have the title or not at that point in time, I'd love to go into a match against this guy I've been hearing about back in the locker room. He's like this really big dude. I think his name is Bear Buckley or something.
Bear Buckley.
I've heard really, really tough. Yeah.
Oh yes, he is a big man, like 7'4", 500 pounds. Basically, his entire offense is to either jump on you or sit on you. And basically,
that sounds like fun.
Yeah, basically being a hardcore champion, you'd need a weapon to put that bastard down. The question is, could you land that Cassity Crusher on him? And do you think it only takes one Cassity Crusher to put him down?
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the locker room back there had been telling me, like, you trust me, you don't want to go against Bear Buckley. It's like, what's wrong with you? You have a death wish? Like,
well,
no, I just want to, good fight.
I mean, the only ones who can stand toe-to-toe with Bear Buckley is those on his weight class.
Yeah.
I mean, Bear Buckley's been known as a cannibal from time to time. Like, he tries to eat people.
Oh dear.
Hardcore rules means you could be on a dinner plate and he'd be wiping his mouth with your fucking championship.
Oh god. I'd like to see him try. I'd give him the toughest meal he'd ever had. Like, I'd be choking him from the inside all the way down. It's like, you're not eating me without a fight.
I'll beat you. I'll beat you in the throat with a fucking kendo stick.
I get you're able to swallow me after that, you bitch.
All right. Question: who do you reckon is the most dominating faction in NCW between the Ultimate Nightmares, the Gentleman's Club, or World Elite? Or wait, no, an alliance would be 3 or more, wouldn't it? So, or the Lucha probably. Alliance. Yeah, you got your 4.
Oh, the Lucha Alliance can kiss my ass. Yeah.
Was a member. I mean, former 2-time tag team champions, former champion of champions, former 2-time United States champions, and a former Intercontinental champion in their rankings. Like, as a cohesive group, that's what they've won together. Yeah. And Alexander Leonardo Davidson, the Ultimate Nightmares walked out on top because it was Lucifer, Drew Kennedy, and Spike Masters, which is a 450-pound killer or serial killer clown who somehow survives a gunshot every week. Either that or he just, doesn't bother to get any medical attention.
Yeah.
Because he's always got a bullet shot in his chest. So either somebody freshly tried to kill him before every show, or or it's just he's immortal. We'll leave it at that. He's immortal. I mean, I've seen him lose matches, but
I mean, if he's not even seeking medical attention, he's got a death wish. That's all I can say.
pretty much. Gentlemen's Club. I mean, I'm sure you saw that incredible match at what was it? NCW Storm between Alexander Leonardo Davidson and Clark Oliver Morrison. It was basically not only the Champion of Champions championship, but it was also for the leadership of the Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, that was an impressive match, I gotta say.
I don't think that rematch had anything on it. Like, for some reason, Alexander just did not bring his A game in that match.
Yeah. But I would say you're right on that.
But Clark Oliver Morrison, he's got a big match coming up at Chaos Mania, taking on King Ghidorah, I believe. King Ghidorah, a former two-time world champion.
King Ghidorah, I honestly have no idea how in the world that championship came to him in the first place. I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, don't judge a book by its cover, but King Ghidorah, you know.
Like, I don't know, like, I saw him, like, I don't know, I saw him as, like, a jobber or something, like, I think he lost his first match or his first two matches or something, and then I left him off the roster for, like, 10 episodes or something, and then he just pops up again. It's just like, alright, he's winning match. He won another match. He's won a third match. And then I'm like, okay, we're at this point where I need a new number one contender for the NCW World title, because the title scene was basically kind of getting stale between Kenny Omega and Aaron Crimson.
Yeah.
So I made a 30-man battle royale, and it came down to Bruce Coleman and King Ghidorah. Bruce Coleman, this hot, fresh talent. Basically, you know, the red-headed dude with the red-headed ponytail dude. Basically, he looked like $1 million. He was going to be the next world champion. King Ghidorah, on the other hand, he's this guy that's like, oh my god, this is my one and only shot at a world title, or any title for that matter. And he ended up eliminating Bruce Coleman at the very end. You know what it's like to be eliminated and have your title taken away from you.
Yeah,
from a battle royale. But the thing is,
and I mean,
this is a world title.
Yeah.
Alright, welcome back, Damian Johnson. Anyway, but the thing is, King Ghidorah went on to face Kenny Omega for the world title after Kenny Omega became a 3-time world champion, beating Aaron Crimson in an Iron Man match. I think he went up like 2-0 or something against him. But
oh yeah,
basically King Ghidorah walked out of that next title defense as a world champion. And then he went on, then he had to defend it in a triple threat match, which at that time was a lot of people considered match of the year, because it was like a half-an-hour triple threat street fight.
Yeah, that
basically there was a lot of false finishes in that match. It's like Kenny Omega hit the one-winged angel on King Ghidorah of all people, and Ghidorah kicked out. And then Ghidorah nailed his DDT. Aaron Crimson nailed his finishing moves, swings, power bombs, etc., etc. But in the end, it was Aaron Crimson pinning Kenny Omega to regain the world title for a third time. But King Ghidorah on the very next night, he's like, I want a hardcore title. I mean, not a hardcore title, but I want a.
He wishes.
I want a Hell in a Cell match for the world title. And I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you challenge a fucking 400-pound beast inside a cage? Thing was, at the time, Aaron Crimson had a concussion from that triple threat match. I didn't know. I didn't know the champion was hurt at the time, so I booked a match. And then offer fucking rope hung DDT, King Ghidorah managed to win the world title back, and I'm just like, well, what the fuck happened? And I'm just like, I'm sitting there stunned. It's like, this is supposed to be this like epic 20-30 minute Hell in a Cell match, and it just ends in like 10 minutes. I'm just like, this is like,
Talk
shit.
about an anticlimax.
I know, right? But then they had this,
Yeah.
they had their Fallout match, which was at NCW Storm, which was an Iron Man match, and King Ghidorah won 1-0. Like, I don't know how he won it. Like, I think I forgot the minor details on the match, but he still won. And then, but at the same pay-per-view, Aaron Crimson's tag partner won a 30-man battle royale to move on to face Ghidorah at the next pay-per-view, which is NCW Revenge for the world title. Ghidorah winning off a Boston Crab tap-out. Which, you know, never fucking works in NCW. Everybody uses it. Nobody ever wins with it. But
Yeah,
somehow...
those Boston Crabs, they're painful, but you can always kick out of them, it seems.
Yeah. But the thing is, Ghidorah made him tap out. I don't even know how.
Ghidorah, I guess, is a wimp.
I know, right?
Least.
But the thing was, I gave Ghidorah an ultimatum. It was basically, you can stay the world champion, or you can vacate the world title and go to the main event of Chaos Mania to challenge for the champion's title. But I also had to throw in the contract clause that if he didn't successfully win the champion of champions title, I would have to give him a world title rematch at the next pay-per-view, which is going to be NCW Dynasty to replace NCW Rebirth. So that's our main event for Chaos Mania, booked in stone, which leads us to that All-Stars tournament where we saw 8 matches in the first round, and then it was 8 matches, and then another 4, and then 2 and 1. But the thing is, we've only seen up to the first 12 matches. But anyway,
yeah,
that brings us to the number 1 contenders battle royale to determine who got that title shot at Chaos Mania as the number 1 contender. That falling in the hands of Tommy A. Hawkins. So basically, he stepped out. He's basically like he was stumbling around looking for a championship. Like, he couldn't win the IC title. He couldn't win the tag titles. Oh no, he's a 2-time tag champion, but he couldn't win them again because all of these new teams had popped up. But thing is, now he's in the world title picture in the biggest show of the year. Do you reckon that's gonna affect him, or is he gonna be on the same playing field as everybody else because it's the first Chaos Mania in general? Like, champions and challenges.
I reckon that's definitely going to be stressful for him because there's going to be a lot more people watching. Yeah, that's the way I would feel, honestly.
Like, the biggest show of the year, you don't want to fuck up. I mean, not to mention, you won a 30-man battle royale to become world champion on the biggest show. You want to win that world title. Thing is, I know who wins that championship. It's just I don't want to spoil it. But yeah. Basically, a man who can win a 4-round tournament is going to be your world champion.
Well, it definitely sounds interesting, to say the least. I gotta say.
And then, oh boy, what do we have next on the cards? All right, Tiger Rose. I don't know how to say his name, but it's Tiger Rose. He is the number 1 contender.
You can never pronounce it right.
You should see me with Corvo Jack's finishing move. But no, but Tiger Rose, he won a 6-man ladder match on the pre-show of NCW Storm to become the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental title at Chaos Mania, which is, you know, another golden opportunity. But the thing is, we don't know who the champion's going to be. Like, as the challenger, how do you prepare for not having any knowledge of who the champion's going to be? It could be Ken Phillips, or it could be Joey Hartman.
I guess what I would say is just do your homework on all the current champions. You know?
Yeah. Basically, do your homework on both of them.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, alright, there's, like, Joey Hartman, like, he beat Ken Phillips in an amazing Iron Man match on episode 48.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, that did not have a pinfall for 14 minutes.
Yeah, that was one of the longer matches.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was only a 15-minute match. But the thing was, it was just like, you did not get a single pin. Like, Ken Phillips, he hit his finishing move, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. The thing was, Joey Hartman didn't stay down. And then Joey Hartman ended up getting that most needed pinfall.
Yeah.
But now they get
liked how that match kept going.
Oh yeah,
and forth, you know.
Joey Hartman. I mean, he's impressing me week by week by week. I mean, he won a 10-man battle royale to crown a #1 contender for the IC title, and then at that time you had Lucifer, you know, the fucking ruler of hell and the leader of the Ultimate Nightmares, holding that IC title.
Yeah.
And then, Joey Hartman and his partner Steven beat, I believe it was Drew Kennedy, who was the United States champion at the time, and Lucifer in a tornado tag match. Basically, if the challengers won, Steven would get a United States title match, and Joey Hartman would be able to pick the stipulation for his championship match. Steven went on to win the US title, but Joey Hartman picked the TLC match. And then, I don't know how he did it, but he hit a twist of fate off the top of the ladder, took Lucifer out of the match, and then went up and climbed that IC title. He was basically a jobber the entire time of NCW. Like, he's had title opportunities, sure, but the thing was he was not winning anything. To go from jobber to champion, like, how do you prepare for that mentally? Like, it's like, oh, I'm losing all these matches, but then, holy shit, I'm the fucking champion.
Honestly, I'd be stunned, you know, because I can speak from experience. I honestly did not expect to actually win my hardcore championship when I did. I thought it was going to take me forever. I was going to be in this like never-ending grudge match between myself and Andreas Gonzalez. So he's just going to keep beating me over and over again. But like, something came over me, you know, that night, and I guess, you know, Adam Sabin just happened to be in the ring, and so I just pinned him, and I was like, screw it, I win. But yeah, it's like, to go from being pretty much a nobody to being a champion in one night is exhilarating, and it's definitely stunning. There's almost no words to describe it, you know. So that's all I can say.
That's true. Another one who went like that was Black Jesus. Like, I swear I needed to change his name when he debuted, without sounding racist constantly. But yeah, Black Jesus, like, he basically, I think he went 8 or 10 televised shows, never winning a match. Like, every match he went into, he lost. Like, Black Jesus, I think he lost to Ken Phillips. He lost to a lot of people. So like Ryan Wolf, Tiger Rose. He lost in six-man tag matches to Kenny Omega and all that, and the Towers of Power. But the thing was, he went to the United States champion. He went to the United States title, even though it was for a week.
Yeah.
But you reckon? But the thing is, he took that title shot when it mattered most, and that was a ticket to Chaos Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have that championship, that could definitely almost instantly be considered a ticket to Chaos Mania and everything, which I can imagine I'm probably going to be in Chaos Mania. I hope so.
Well, you will be. I mean, there's a lot of matches that need to be booked, so I can't really have, like, you know, random title matches appearing, except for the US title, of course.
Yeah.
Like, world title and all that's going to be defended at the big pay-per-view, but...
Yeah, I mean, I would love... I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love for a chance to be in a Hell in a Cell match at Chaos Mania for whoever in the world I end up facing. But I mean, you know, if management decides differently, there's nothing I can do about that. But I'd love to be in a Hell in a Cell match.
Well, it comes down to your opponent. I mean, if I see that they might be, you know, extreme enough to challenge you in a Hell in a Cell match, like, you know, it's for the hardcore title, I get that. I mean, the last hardcore title NCW saw, it was a brutal match. It was between Joey Hartman and Lucifer for the IC title in Lucifer's rematch. And it was just brutal beyond comparison. Like, I don't even know how Joey Hartman survived. He took tombstones, he took knees, he took Lucifer's wings multiple times, but he just kept kicking out. He's got that heart that I feel nobody else has. Like, he's got that Daniel Bryan heart. That's the only way I can describe.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. He's got like everyone on his side, basically. Yeah.
Like, I mean, he looks like a fanboy of Randy Orton, but because he comes out with a fucking Randy Orton shirt. I mean, he needs his own merchandise.
Yeah. I mean, and even you have to admit, I'm getting a little more popular with each passing day. You know, people are starting to realize who I am and, you know, who they're messing with and stuff like that. But I mean, not to gloat or anything, I'm not that kind of guy. But, yeah, but, if we're comparing him to Daniel Bryan, like, when I was in WWE and I saw what Daniel Bryan was up to at the time, you know, it's like, freaking, he started a revolution in that company like nothing you've ever seen.
I know.
I remember
he went from he basically went from jobber in NXT to world champion at WrestleMania, and he did it in 5 years.
Yeah, and I remember that one night where I was actually backstage and I was watching it on the TV. Daniel Bryan was in the ring. He had a whole bunch of people from the audience into the ring, and they were just all doing the yes chant. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. That was so amazing. I just thought, like, what if, you know, that could be me some days? Like, what if I could get that many people to, like, what if I started my own little revolution and I decided,
probably back in ECW.
I could never do that. Yeah, I can never do that in WWE. That could never happen. Not my type of revolution, anyway. So that's why another reason I signed on to NCW. You know.
I feel a problem NCW have been having is the women's division. Like, don't get me wrong, we got very talented women, but the thing is, it's just like you can only get to that certain point before you run out of matches. Like, recently we saw Sonya Steele take on Akira Ray, and after a long time we saw Casey Winners versus Akira Ray one-on-one, but after those two matches happen, where do you go from there? Because it's just like Akira Ray beat both the top contenders for that women's title. Who's next to step up to face her?
Yeah, there aren't very many combatants within the women's division.
No,
I think
I
that's
think there's
one of
only
the
like
only weak
10.
points of the NCW. Yeah.
I mean, Casey Winners, she's got a fair bit of heart in her, but I get you so far. I mean, she's already a former women's champion. Episode 50, she's challenging for the women's tag titles, but who knows what'll happen there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there.
Ooh. Who's a good topic to talk about?
I don't know. Talked about me the majority of the first part of this, and then we've been talking about a bunch of other matches and a bunch
Alright,
of other people. Let's talk about.
what am I about? I'm about NCW.
I mean, you're the commentator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're the commentator. Not many people know much about commentators and stuff like that.
Well, to be fair, if it's Michael
how
Cole,
long have you
nobody gives a
been
fuck
here?
about that. But, well, this is like,
Oh yeah, I mean,
like, why I came up with this is, well, there's this wrestling channel going in Raw, which is like Steven Larson. You can go check out their channel. They're pretty easy to find with like 100,000 subscribers or whatever. The thing was, they started their own little wrestling, or WWE 2K17 wrestling promotion, where they did basically fun wrestling and WCW, which is now WGPW. Thing was, I tried to get on one of their rosters, but I didn't get accepted because, I don't know, my character didn't look fucked up enough. I don't know, I mean, they legitimately have wrestlers who was covered in baby oil and had a golf club smashed across the side of their heads. But I'm just like, you know what?
basically looks like
What if I...
your version
But
of
the thing
Freddy.
is, they're just like, oh, we want characters who can, and we'll give them opportunities, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, thing is, they played their fighters. Like, they played out the matches just for the storytelling. I'm like, what if I didn't do it for the storylines? I mean, if storylines came along, fucking great. But what if I made a wrestling promotion, put it on YouTube, and said, this is for the creations. Like, anybody can make a fucking wrestler and put them up to 109, like, or 110 or 11, whatever. Anybody can do that and give them the fucking ultimate moveset of fucking 450 splashes, Phoenix splashes, fucking F5s as a signature move. Anybody can do that, but can the computer use them?
Yeah.
That's the test. Can the computer use those kind of moves in a moveset?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I know what you mean. Like, I have a buddy. He's called the Scorpion. Well, that's what he calls himself. He's got a really cool freaking mohawk. He actually looks very similar to one of your guys on your Bobby Cook, I think.
Bobby Cook, former two-time United States champion.
And the thing is, the Scorpion. He has this really cool finishing move. It's like basically a 450 splash, but
Inverted
he calls
450.
it the Big Sting. But if he were in your company, who's like, pretending these characters are actual people or whatever, it's like, would he be smart enough to go for a 450 splash, or would he just go for his ground finisher? You know?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, Alexander Leonardo Davidson, perfect example. He has this cutter move, like RKO cutter type thing. Thing is, he only uses it 50% of the time. He depends on the super kick way too much. The thing is, there have been matches he could have won, but he didn't use that move. Just because the AI didn't let him use it.
Yeah.
And then you look at somebody like Spike Masters. Any fucking opportunity he gets, he will drill you into the ground with that bet of 1,000 spikes.
Yeah. I like I have that new move, that
Oh,
punt
Cassity
kick
Crusher,
and
yeah.
everything.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What did you think of
That
your
was fun.
move change when you first saw it?
Well, first off, I sort of wondered what in the world happened to. Well, are you talking about the very first move change, or are you talking about the second move change where you introduced the punt and everything?
Huh. I suppose I'd have to go the big one, the one that basically is like, holy shit, this is like completely different because you gave your dude a generic moveset, I'd say. You basically gave him a
Yeah.
DDT for a signature move and then a super kick for a finisher. Thing is,
Well,
everybody
yeah.
uses a super kick to the point it loses value.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
gave
That
you a move
DDT
that rarely anybody ever uses.
That DDT though, like, was always fun for me. I actually called that the headache from hell or
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah, but I
Well,
mean, I like the punt a lot better actually because that's
that's
a lot
probably
more
why
fun
you
to
beat
do.
Adam Saban with a fucking neck breaker.
Yeah,
You fucking
I
kicked his
pretended
skull
his
in
head was
after
a
you tried to
freaking
beat him to
soccer
death with a
ball.
chair.
I pretended his head was a soccer ball. That was fun. Yeah,
I kind of,
but yeah,
I
I
kind of
mean,
forgot
I
that you
sort of
punted
miss
him
the
in the head. That's
same.
why I felt it was kind of anticlimactic. But the thing is, you kicked him fair in the fucking skull. His brain would have been rattling by the time you hit that neck breaker.
Oh yeah,
And then all those
but
fucking unprotected chair shots, the fucking kendo stick strikes, the table. I mean, I think you suplexed him on a table at one point.
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times, like, after that mood change, especially after the first one, it's like, I don't know how many times I've had the urge to just suddenly just freaking super kick someone, but then instead I end up picking them up and slamming them down on the mat or whatever. It's like, okay, what did I just do here? It's like, okay, let's just go with it. And I just pin them 1, 2, 3. It's like,
Well, to be fair, that Cassidy Crusher won you the hardcore title.
oh, yeah, it did. I mean, I love it now. I wasn't
I
too
know it's hard
sure
to get
how
used
effective
to,
it was
but
at
once
first.
you see how successful it was, it's just like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
needed this move in my
And I
moveset.
mean, yeah, and also, to be honest, it didn't look like the coolest move I've ever seen or
I know it
whatever,
takes
but
so
then
long to set
once
up.
I realized, yeah, and once I realized how effective it really was, it's like, oh my god, I love this. It's,
Like anybody can set you up with a fucking double underhook pile driver, like the one where it's just like they look like you legitimately kill somebody, or
yeah,
whatever. What's that move? That Death Valley driver crossed with a brain buster. Fucking in the game they call it a Terminator spike.
yeah,
Yeah, basically anybody can use that for a finishing move. But the thing is, it's just like, one, it's fucking banned in Japan. Like, I think it's only been used 7 times ever in history.
yeah.
And
I
normally
also
it's
like
resulted
that.
in fucking neck injuries.
Yeah, I also like that move, the Alabama Slam, or whatever. You like pick the guy up and then like use their legs as leverage, and you slam them down on their back.
Yeah,
That
but the
looks
thing
so.
is, I feel that move, it just doesn't have the impact. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking flick you over the back, but the thing is, you're so far down, you can just fucking roll me up into a pin or fucking lock me in a fucking Boston Crab or something.
Yeah, yeah, that move does have its own risks, but
I know.
it can be effective if you do it properly, though.
Big moves do have big risk. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Eddie Knight, he's got that
like
that power bomb, that Knight's bomb, fucking ends people
yeah,
like that. But the thing is, it can be countered into a roll-up pin, and the thing is, anybody who's rolled him up, he's never kicked out of.
yeah,
Just
and
ask
also
Angel Ramirez. He's done it fucking twice to him.
yeah, and another example is, you know, the Scorpion. I mentioned him earlier. He's still in the freaking WWE. He hasn't signed on with NCW yet. I tried convincing him he should, but I don't know what he's gonna do in the future. But that big finisher of his from the top rope, that 450 splash, he calls it the Big Sting or whatever. But you know, that's a risky maneuver too. Like all it takes is that guy moving out of the way at the last second, and he's screwed. You know.
From the look of the chat, somebody wants us to discuss Roman versus John Cena. I mean, it's not NCW related, but I mean, what would you think of Roman versus Cena at WrestleMania?
I think Roman would probably.
I feel they want. I feel Vince would want Roman to win that match.
Yeah. And people would hate him even more.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, it's like, okay, you've beaten Triple H, you've beaten Undertaker, and now you've beaten John Cena. So it's like, it's fuck? It's like
giving people even more reason to hate you. It's like,
yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
unless you're booking him to a heel turn, but that's the thing. You don't need a heel turn for people that hate Roman.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand though. Is I mean, I sort of understand it. He's beating all these people, and people hate him and boo him because of his heritage and everything, and they think the WWE's just given this fame to him or whatever. Which I mean, they pretty much are. But the thing is, he's not even a heel. He hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
it's like, oh, he retired the Undertaker. Fucking Undertaker needed to retire 3 years ago when the fucking streak was broken. Yeah. Like,
I still think, you know, a good retirement match for him would have been, you know, Undertaker versus Sting as his very last match. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. It should have been Taker and Sting, but they didn't want that. I mean, at least Taker or Cena, or Taker and Cena, or Taker and... Honestly, it should have been done when they did the Hell in a Cell end of an era match. It should have been Undertaker, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels walk off into the distance. Done. Career over at 20-0.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have happened, but another way I would have thought of doing it is for Undertaker's retirement match. It's like, and I even heard this theory on YouTube, is like how they should have booked Undertaker's retirement, or how they should book. Like
you talking
John Cena ends up.
You talking what culture?
That. Yeah, I think so. Cena basically ends up turning heel right before his match with Undertaker and everything, and you know.
But that's the thing, they made two different fucking things. It's basically Cena turns heel in the match, or you go babyface and babyface, and you let Undertaker go over and beat Cena, because one. Cena doesn't lose any momentum losing to The Undertaker. And two, does Cena really need to be that guy to end the streak? No, he doesn't. He's already a fucking 16, guaranteed to be 17-time world champion. But that's the thing. That was the only time to turn John Cena heel, was to cheat to break the streak.
Yeah, that's what they should have done. That's what they should have done.
But that's the thing, you would have destroyed all of Cena's merchandising. But you would have been able to make a new face, which would have been Daniel Bryan.
Cena needs to retire. Cena needs to retire too. That's the thing. Turn Cena heel, everyone hates him, then he retires, you replace Cena with, I don't know, AJ Styles, you know,
but that's the thing, Styles is the same age as Cena. You need a fresh talent. People, like, alright, what if you build Cena as his, like, dominating heel for, I don't know, a year? Right? Basically build it up all the way to, like, he wins the WWE title at WrestleMania, alright? Bray Wyatt, whatever. Fucking Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, all those guys. And then it comes around to WrestleMania, and then you have Sami Zayn beat heel Cena. You build the ultimate babyface right there. You have Cena. I mean, not Cena. You have Sami Zayn beat John Cena, heel John Cena, clean in the middle of the fucking ring at WrestleMania in the main event. 1, 2, 3, and you've got yourself a fucking new talent for for, I don't know, maybe another 5-10 years.
Yeah. I don't know if Sami Zayn would be the one to do it though or not. I mean, because I can't really see.
But the thing is, the
Sami
fans
Zayn.
connect with Sami Zayn. It's like, he's kind of
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan 2.0. I mean, I'd suggest Balor, but the problem is Balor's like
Yeah, that's
34
what I
years
was thinking.
old.
Yeah.
Like 34,
But
36, he's
nowhere
had
near.
injuries. Like, he just got over a fucking shoulder injury that kept him out for, I don't know, like 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah. I hate to say it because I know that people already hate him, but the only one I can really see filling that position as the new face of the company, even if it's just temporarily, is probably Roman Reigns. I hate to say it, as much as people already hate him.
But
You
that's
know?
the thing, Roman's not even that bad.
Yeah, he's not even a heel, but people already hate him because he just wins match after match because, WWE gives it to him because of his heritage or whatever, and that's
No,
why
it's
people
not because
hate
of
him.
his heritage, it's because of his fucking look. Like, he looks like $1 million fucking dollars, and they're gonna make him seem like it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you get what I'm saying, though, right? I
Yeah.
mean, the dude comes from freaking royalty in the wrestling
Yeah,
bloodline. might
like,
as well
if you're
be,
Samoan,
you know?
you're fucking basically royalty. Yeah, I get that.
Except for Samoa Joe, you know.
I know,
That's
I mean, he
whole
got
other
booked for the
thing.
Universal title, so that's fucking pretty good.
Yeah, I think Brock's gonna beat him though, like badly too.
Yeah.
I think Joe's underestimating Brock Lesnar a lot. You know,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that match.
I don't know, I mean, you could build a massive babyface in the form of Seth Rollins, but the thing is, he's damaged goods. They already fucked him up. He could have came back at Money in the Bank and like, basically when the authority was like, oh, you should join up with us, he just goes fuck you, and just does his own thing as the WWE champion.
No, but he sells out and joins the authority anyway, and he just
No, that's the thing, is like he comes back and instantly joins the authority. I'm just like, why? Like, you had
And
the
I
ultimate
mean,
chance to be a fucking babyface. It's like, he could have done this whole, oh, I was sitting at home mending my fucking knee, but the thing was, I was starting to realize I lost who I was, and I don't need the authority to be Seth fucking Rollins.
Yeah. That could have been the way Seth Rollins had went and everything, but I mean, back when he was in the Shield with Roman and Dean, I mean, I realized they were a heel group, but they were still a really good group. They had
Oh
a really
yeah, I
good
love
thing
the
going.
Shield.
Yeah. I mean, it reminded me of the Nexus. You can say what you want about the Nexus.
Oh, Nexus
Doesn't
got
matter to
fucking
me,
buried.
but, yeah, the Nexus got buried eventually, but they started out really good. That's the thing.
They did.
These groups, they always start
Edge and
out
Jericho
really
said
good.
Cena fucked up for burying the Nexus. Apparently, rumors was Cena decided to lose the next 8 SummerSlams, or 7, I don't know. But the thing was, he lost those. You think about it, he's lost a lot of matches at SummerSlam. Like Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, AJ Styles. Fucking, he lost to all of them at SummerSlam. Just to repent for fucking being buried, or for burying the Nexus, which could have been a really good angle, a really strong group.
Yeah.
But that's the thing,
I think. Go
WWE have
ahead.
a hard time of pulling the trigger on a lot of talented wrestlers. Like Dolph Ziggler, his moment to shine was when he fucking single-handedly won Survivor Series and took out the Authority. 2 months later, it didn't even fucking matter.
Yeah. I know what that feels like, having someone not realize your potential and everything. WWE apparently completely saw through me, like they were focused on Finn Balor and
Oh, bring it back to you.
guys like him.
No,
Yeah,
but
being my guy here, you know.
yeah, it's like yeah, we've been in WWE like it fucking mattered. Yeah, no, but we're legitimately shooting
I
on
wish.
WWE right now. But fucking
Yeah, I know. You know,
I know we're just fucking around, but that's the thing is
see
just
what
like
my character had to say.
yeah, it's just like oh they saw through me. They never even put me on fucking TV or even NXT. I had to go to fucking NCW to get my opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. This is fun.
It is. I like it. I like this thing. That's why I want it to be a regular thing.
Yeah, I hope this really does become successful because I'd like to do this more often. Like this is just fun, just talking about like.
I know, but we completely dropped the fight. Oh no, we've talked about a couple of matches on the show.
Yeah.
I think I might need to drop my overall down a little bit before my debut in NCW. Because I don't know, because I was competing with Neo Extreme Online, like, you know what people are like online, they fucking boost their stats up to 109, so if Neo Extreme had a fucking, or if I had a hope in hell of winning, I had to do it to the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but if you had, you know, your own guy or whatever, and there's like,
Yeah.
If you want a championship of any kind, especially if it was like the champion of champions title or whatever, people would be like, oh, well, of course he won. He gave the title to himself. He's the freaking, you know,
the GM, yeah,
manager of the company.
But fucking, yeah. I haven't done that yet. I haven't even made the show about me. I haven't even fucking debuted yet in 48 episodes, 12 pay-per-views. I have yet to put my character in the fucking middle of that ring. It's like, oh, you could come in at 109 and bury the fucking talent, and win all the titles. Yeah, I could do that, but I'm not, because I'm not that kind of fucking guy. I said I would give everybody else opportunity. Sure, I made other wrestlers like fucking Alexander Leonardo Davison, but after they were made, they did their own fucking things.
Yeah, that's the difference between you and someone like freaking Vince McMahon, you know? It's like, you don't just give yourself something. You're not a twat like Vince. You know?
Like fucking, yeah. Like Aaron Crimson, somebody sent me him on Twitch. Same with Angel, they were made by the same guy. And fucking look where they went. One became a world champion, the other one's still a fucking main event jobber.
Yeah.
Like, alright. These are the ones I've had my hand in. Adam Sabin, I made. Alexander Leonardo Davison, I made. Andy Cox, I made.
Okay.
I made Angelo Masters. No, I didn't make DJ Fresh, but you can tell me if this guy is actually the DJ Fresh you wanted. I don't know. Somebody's like, oh, why isn't DJ Fresh on the next episode? It's like, because I didn't know who the fuck he was. It's like, oh, well, you can find him in the download links.
Yeah. So I mean, you made Adam Sabin, like that's pretty cool. I like the design of Adam Sabin. Like,
he was kind of
pretty cool.
He was kind of I kind of wanted him to look like Ken Phillips, but the thing was, just the thing was, it was hard because he kind of looks like yes, I know who DJ Fresh is. It's just Sabin couldn't have his own design until I changed Ken Phillips. That's why I sent Ken Phillips to World Elite.
I like how when we started out and everything, we were just being our characters and everything. Especially me, and now we're just like talking about our characters. It's like modern day America. They see through all the backstage bullshit. Like the magic is gone. We might as well just give up.
The magic's been dead for fucking since Twitter came out. All right, since social media, since all the fucking dirt sheets, fucking wrestling's been kayfabe's been dead.
No, the magic has been gone ever since Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens came out. Let's be honest.
It's been dead since Harry Potter,
let's be honest. Good, but, like, good God.
But yeah,
Rogue One was pretty good.
But yeah, I had my hands in Antonio Blackwell. Like, I made him, gave him his moveset. The only guy who actually ever focuses on submissions.
Wow.
I made Bear Buckley.
Oh jeez.
I'm like, alright, okay, so I got this fucking, like, I got this 7-foot serial killer clown who's got a fucking 6-pack. I got this dude made of fucking gold who's got a 6-pack. But I don't have that giant dude who's fucking fat and ugly and fucking all this other shit. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
What if I made a hillbilly? Like a 7-foot hillbilly like Braun Strowman used to be.
I have an idea. What if you had like a 7-foot tall, like a big Russian dude, like on your
For fuck's sake, not this shit.
Just
I'm not bringing in Glacier, okay? Fuck off. I made Bobby Cook.
It's just an idea.
I made Bobby Cook. I just needed Bobby Cook to be a fucking jobber, but he became 2-time US champ, current US champ. Bruce Coleman I made.
Yeah.
Buddy Andrews I made, surprisingly. Casey Winters I made.
Hmm.
NCW is related to Ring of Honor. I remade Crispo, but like I left his moves, but he basically came in and he was like wearing Daniel Bryan boots, Big Show's jacket, fucking, I think it was like a fucking John Cena shirt, fucking Chris Jericho pants, like, you know, early 2000 Chris Jericho.
Yeah. I actually made a alternate attire for my my character on my game or whatever. He's basically wearing exactly the same thing he always wore, except for his jacket. I gave him the jacket of Dean Ambrose because that looks really cool on him and everything. So, yeah.
I gave my character the jacket of Finn Balor and just fucking made it all blue. Just because I like the fact that you can walk out with the title and it's not being eaten by the fucking clothing.
Oh god, I hate that when it glitches through.
I know, right? It's like, oh,
Like,
you
even
finally
with
did something
normal
right, but the
jacket,
thing is,
my guy
you've got to
has-
have your fucking jacket wide open for it
It's
not
like,
to be
well,
eaten.
guess what? Yeah. It's like, I had the hardcore championship on WWE 2K17, but guess what? The leather jacket you have on isn't really compatible with that stupid title you have because it keeps glitching through like every 5 seconds. So guess what? Now you have to go back to your stupid creation suite and change it to a different leather jacket where it's like flinging around all over the place now.
Honestly,
like,
the best shirt to wear is that Hawaiian one that Jesse Rose has. But that... Oh, what the fuck? No longer in party due to a network error. Hold on. Rejoining party. Yeah. Hold on, I'll be back on the chat.
Hey, you there, man?
Yeah, shit fucked up, but luckily the broadcast is still going, so...
Okay, I was wondering why you just...
I don't know, for some weird reason I reckon a network error happened.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, some reason a fucking network error happened. Yeah, I know, right? It's just
I
like...
hate when that happens.
They kick you out of the fucking party, it's just... Shit goes wrong terribly.
They're like, excuse us while we go to a commercial break real quick.
Yeah, no, we're up to an hour 20 on our broadcast. Alright, Damian Johnson, what do you mean NCW is related to Ring of Honor? I'm curious.
I have a Ring of Honor downloaded, actually.
Yeah, I got the Ring of Honor tag titles and a Ring of Honor world title. The thing is, they've got the television title and it's just like fucking, they half-assed it. Oh no, they half-assed the world title. Yeah. Like, they didn't put the fucking side plates on it.
Yeah, I've actually made my own WWE Live, like, it's a It's like, imagine WWE buying out Tap Out or whatever, and now Tap Out is like a really super huge sponsor, like they're not already. But imagine WWE buying out Tap Out, and now Tap Out is officially a part of WWE. Like,
Yeah.
where it was like another training ground before you get to NXT. That's sort of like a arena I have made. It's like one of those small civic center like arenas or something, like a really small one.
You basically fucking I got, for some reason in my game, Kenny Omega is my WWE champion and my Intercontinental champion. Fucking Kenny Omega winning all of the belts.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah, the titles that I'm looking forward is the Cruiserweight title for 2K18.
Oh man. Yeah, what do you think about Seth Rollins being on the cover of 2K18?
I don't think it was right because Seth Rollins was out for most of the year. Like, basically, you looked at Seth Rollins for I don't know, fucking a good part of 2017 or 2016 to 2017, and he was just like a wounded animal who was jobbing out. It was against Jericho. He lost pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view.
Yeah, but at the
and
same
like,
time, but at the same time, who else are they gonna get to be on the cover? I mean,
AJ fucking Styles.
About,
AJ Styles.
Yeah, but you just said.
But AJ Styles wasn't jobbing. He fucking came in, and within 6 months, he beat John Cena, beat Dean Ambrose, became the WWE champion, and had a fucking 4-month reign. 5 months, whatever it was. Like, I know he fucking jobbed to Ellsworth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to see this from a logical point of view. Is like, if you put AJ Styles on the cover of a freaking WWE 2K video game, okay?
I know.
People are going to start reading between the lines and are going to say, oh, they're going to try to transition AJ Styles to being the new face of the company now, are they? It's like...
So fucking what? I'd be happy with that.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. As cool as it would look, and it would look pretty cool. I gotta admit. I'm just saying.
What about if you did? If you had Seth Rollins on one side, AJ Styles on the other side, and fucking, I don't know, Nakamura in the middle, like.
That would be weird.
Because NXT is its own brand, you'd want to bring that into the WWE games.
I can't really see Nakamura being in the middle of the cover.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like that kind of guy. So maybe, I don't know, Samoa Joe or Bobby Roode, that'd be your only two options to represent NXT.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like, my idea of a really cool cover would be, if we're going to include 3 people, be AJ... I don't know if it would be AJ Styles or not. Someone would be in the middle, but on either side there will be Samoa Joe on one side and Brock Lesnar on the other side. Or I don't know, but Brock Lesnar's already been on the cover of 2K17.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think you had Goldberg as the fucking downloadable. The extended.
Yeah.
What about?
So you can't go.
What about Kurt Angle?
I actually thought of that, but then I thought, like, I don't know, that might be sort of a cheap move. You know, like, what do you think?
I know, it's just true. Because, I mean, they cheated it out when they put the fucking Rock on it.
Yeah. I mean, that Rock cover looked pretty cool and everything. I gotta give it to him, but I mean... Oh, what about... No, they already got the Ultimate Warrior as, like, purchasable... like,
yeah, they did. Yeah, but the thing is, in Ultimate Warrior, you can just pick him up easily. Like, they're like, oh, he's one of those in-game characters that you can unlock. It's like, all right, I'll fucking never use him.
Yeah, so it's not as dramatic, or it's not as pleasing to the eye.
Like, I like the idea of having the Terminator as a fucking a pre-order bonus. It's like,
Yeah.
oh. Then you think about which celebrity could you use as a DLC character? I'm thinking,
I don't know.
what about fucking Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor? Because they got this big fight coming up. Wouldn't you want to fucking promote it?
Yeah, I'm thinking Conor McGregor.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah.
There's been this fucking talk that Conor McGregor wants to come to WWE. Fucking put him in the game.
That would be so cool if Conor McGregor actually came to the WWE. He'd be able to give a lot of those guys a run for their money, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
And I know this is another debated topic, and I know he's probably never, ever going to come back. But CM Punk, oh my lord, if he ever made a return, that would be the biggest, the best. One of the
Could
best
you
shows they've had
imagine
in a long time.
if they made a deal with CM Punk?
Anyone in the audience.
No, like if they made a deal with CM Punk, if CM Punk would be only a pre-order bonus for the next WWE game, like everybody would fucking get it. Everybody would pre-order it. They would not give a fuck about the game as long as they had CM Punk.
Because I mean, CM Punk as a created downloadable thing or whatever in the online in 2K17, like he's already like one of the most downloaded.
He is the most downloaded. That's the thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, but imagine if CM Punk were to return one night and like the WWE decided not to tell anyone about it, or like not anyone in the audience, like because some people in the audience, they already know what's going to happen in certain times of the night or whatever. But they have no idea. CM Punk is about to make his big return. But
like, could you imagine? It's just like, could you just imagine? It's just like, this big main event match at fucking WrestleMania. It's like, oh wait, the challenger is not coming out for the fucking world title. It's like, I don't know, Nakamura or Styles or Joe as a champion. It's like fucking Cena, Roman Reigns, whatever. They get taken out, and it's just like through WrestleMania, the song of CM Punk plays.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the fucking reaction? The live reaction.
What I would be thinking.
And then Kurt Angle, comes out and says, I'm making this official. It's going to be CM Punk versus fucking AJ Styles or Nakamura or Cena or whatever. And then fucking Punk comes back and wins the WWE title in the main event of WrestleMania. What he fucking originally wanted, but the WWE would not give him.
Yeah. What I can imagine happening, though, is, WrestleMania, once again, obviously it has to be WrestleMania or it's just not big enough. There's like, how they do those little miniature concerts or whatever, like they'll have a group out there playing. This time around, Living Color, the people who did song Cult of Personality, they come out and they're the guest band for that night or whatever. They do Cult of Personality and around the time where they get done doing the guitar solo and everything, and they're starting on the last verse, all of a sudden everything goes black, and
they just start up the song again, and then fucking Punk walks out.
No. They start out with the last part of the song. It's like, you came and brought you, and CM Punk comes out all of a sudden, and everyone loses their mind.
But that's the thing, they'd lose their mind if fucking the song started playing, but then they'd be like, it's just a band performance, and then CM Punk would come out, and then you're basically fucking the crowd up. You'd be double draining them pretty much.
Well, yeah, I guess I could see that happening.
But then they'd be like so deflated.
Yeah, but it has to be sort of get the tension going just a little bit just to see if...
But the thing is, it's like at the end of WrestleMania is fucking 7 hours fucking long. So you'd basically be hyping them up. It's just like, oh my god, CM Punk's back. Oh my god, CM Punk's fighting. Oh my god, CM Punk's in the fucking WWE. This is basically what you fucking wanted for 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard about, like, CM Punk being in UFC now, but he hasn't been that successful.
He's only had one fight. He lost after 2 minutes, but the thing is, Dana White doesn't want him fucking back in the ring. Like,
he needs to go back to WWE as much as he probably doesn't want to.
He's 38 years old. He's not gonna fucking make it in the UFC. He had his match. He had his moment. That's all he needed.
Yeah, I mean, he thrives in the WWE. That much is clear. He needs to go back to the WWE
because that's where he belongs. Everyone loves him. There's no question about it. I would go nuts if he returned to the WWE suddenly one night. It's like, that would be amazing.
Like the Hardys. Like you saw that they love that nostalgia gimmick. Like fucking.
Do you remember the return? New Day
I couldn't believe that it was the Hardys. I'm just like, oh, the New Day's are dressed to compete. Oh, the New Day is going to be competing for the tag titles. Oh, the New Days are going to fucking take away Enzo and Cass's moment. And then it's just like, fucking the Hardy Boys music played. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
These guys were just in a fucking tag match against the Young Bucks in Ring of Honor. And here they are at WrestleMania, the same fucking weekend, competing for the Raw Tag titles. I'm just like, oh my god.
And I love how they didn't just bring one of them back, like Jeff Hardy or Matt Hardy.
They didn't.
I love how they brought both of them back, and they're calling them by their old name all over again. The Hardy Boys, like
But that's the thing. They wanted to do the whole broken Hardy gimmick. Thing is, TNA wouldn't let that fucking gimmick go. They still haven't after fucking 3 months. They're just like, oh, the Hardys were signed under us when they made the broken gimmick. It belongs to us.
Yeah.
Hardy Boys are saying, we basically did all the fucking work. It belongs to us.
I think, the broken gimmick, I think that's a good thing they didn't get the broken gimmick in the WWE, because, I mean, honestly, the broken gimmick for the Hardy Boys has always been sort of cheesy, in my opinion, to say the least, but, it's like, just go back to just being the normal Hardy Boys. Like, this broken thing is not working for you guys. Like, I'm sorry, but...
It's more that they're wasting too much energy on the broken gimmick. It's like, it was bound to get stale at some point. You might as well just let TNA have a dead horse to beat with. But that's the thing.
And by the way, you brought up Big Cass and Enzo. What do you think about what happened with them finding out Big Cass was the one who actually attacked Enzo and everything?
I feel that they could have done it in a much better way. It's just like, oh, here's some fucking security footage of Big Cass laying down. It's like, I would think Big Cass should have been like, oh, I found out who did it. And then it's just a picture of Enzo, and Enzo's just like, what? Turns around straight into a fucking big boot, and then the camera's just on Big Cass. It's like, it was me, you dumbass. I'm fucking sick of tired of carrying your ass around. I'm sick of fucking never being a champion. I am just sick of you running your mouth. Like, just the same promo he did. Ooh, nice. Yeah. David Cassidy just punted the boss in the side of the head.
I mean... that would have been cool and everything. That would have been cool, the way you just said that. But I mean, if they'd done that way though, I think they definitely would have lost that moment where it zoomed in on Enzo's face and he had that tear rolling down and everything. Because the way they did it that way, it might not have been as action-packed or whatever.
But I feel it should have been like...
definitely more emotional.
But the thing is, it should have been like the Shield type breakup. Like Enzo, he could have picked, Big Cass, he could have picked Enzo up by the fucking shirt and just said, you made me do this, and then hit him with a fucking brand new finishing move. Like, debut a fucking new finishing move, like something new. Like, I don't know, maybe the Cassidy crushed it. No. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Big Cass' finishing move shouldn't be a big boot, and it shouldn't be that fucking side slam. It should be something to Big Cass's size and athleticism.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone ever really gets tired of a big boot. I mean, that's always entertaining.
But the thing
like,
is,
yeah,
everybody
I do think he
uses
needs
it
to
like
be
fucking...
finisher.
Honestly, I feel like... I
Yeah,
know...
but it's always funny when someone gets a big boot right in the face.
I know it is. Not to mention the way he does it. It is just like fucking... But, okay. So, a lot of people might not agree with me on this one. But, it's like, okay... They should do Enzo and Cass at Great Balls of Fire. Big Cass goes over, and then they do a Big Show Big Cass match. Loser. That way, Big Cass can go to SmackDown, become that main event level heel we know he can be, and he can be a champion. Let him grow. Let Carmella be his microphone. Like, what the fuck is Carmella doing? She's hanging around with James Ellsworth. Like, Carmella.
Yeah.
Like, you could have Big Cass as the United States champion while Kevin Owens moves up to the fucking world title. Big Cass, US champion. Carmella, women's champion.
And honestly, on the subject of James Ellsworth, I don't even know what the hell he's doing in that business to begin with.
I don't even know what the fuck he is, much less what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like, what is up with his chin and everything?
Like, did somebody...
Oh, man.
Is that the reason why he uses a super kick? Somebody hit him so hard with a super kick, his chin went inwards.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels just one day is like, you stole my much money, like,
No, it was basically the young boxer just fucking dropped Ellsworth to his knees and then just started super kicking him until his chin went inwards.
That would be hilarious.
And that's probably fucking true, but...
I'll tell you what, man, I gotta go for now and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been about an hour and a 40-minute live stream actually discussing this.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I mean, overview of what we discussed was NCW, the roster, the championships, your experience in NCW so far, Roman Reigns in general, which led to John Cena, which led to The Undertaker, which led to The Shield, which led to Seth Rollins, which led to fucking Nakamura, which led to 2K18. But yeah, it's led to a lot of interesting topics.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed being here talking to you and
Yeah.
just having a great time.
I mean, I wish more people tuned into it, but I know it's not about the wrestling at the moment. But the thing is, I would have liked...
How many people...
I think like 3 or 4 people tuned into it, but I mean,
yeah.
I would have liked to see more people tune into it, more people, you know, discuss. Like, I really want it to be like a Q&A type thing. Like if they ask us stuff about NCW, I know not a lot of people have been following it. Like, some people don't even watch the matches, but for some reason they subscribe to me. I don't know why. But it's just like, it's a way to give back to them. It's like, they don't know what's going on in NCW. I'm constantly saying how many titles somebody's won, the fucking length of the title reigns, etc., like, stuff like that. And people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. This is an opportunity for them to ask me what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, who the fuck are these characters? It's just like, why the fuck is Angel Ramirez constantly challenging me to a fight at Chaos Mania?
Yeah.
No, seriously, he's like friends of my he's a friend of my PS4, and he's just like, I will fight you one day, Neo Extreme. I will show you that I am the king of the NCW. And I'm just like, for fuck's sake, what is a king to a god? I will end you. I will fucking end your career. Do not fuck with me.
Yeah, you're pretty much the owner of NCW, so it's like, yeah, get on my level, bro. Okay.
Like, I only fight gods. You're a fucking peasant. Get away from me.
Anyway, man, it was
Like,
good hanging
originally
out
he
with
was
you.
supposed to be my debut opponent, but I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Then again, he went and won the tag title, so I can't fight a champion at a pay-per-view. He's just like, oh, he's
Yeah.
making a debut against a champion. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you guys are still watching this stream. Subscribe to Neo Extreme's YouTube channel. It really helps him out and everything. And he does a lot of cool content and everything. Like
I
it's
put a
really
lot
worth
of
it.
work into NCW.
Yeah, he does. He does. But anyway, I'll talk to you some other time now. Okay, dude?
If
Like,
nobody wants to be a guest for the second episode, we could continue with our discussions over the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, yeah.
I will see you next time, and I will see. I'll see you next time, and I'll see all of the NCW fans who watch this live stream, whether it's now or later. Probably, I don't know, for the finals of the tournament and probably NCW. Episode 49 and 50. But yeah, the next time we'll talk to them live would be for our episode 2 of NCW Chaos Conversation. We should get that trending on Twitter.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you have like any comment, any topics you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments in the down below of any of the videos from now till the next episode, which will probably be Saturday or Sunday, one or the other.
Or give us new topics that we can talk about next time. That
Exactly.
always helps too.
Exactly. I mean, I know as much as David Cassity wants to talk about himself.
No, shut up.
But yeah, I'd like to hear what other topics, like Kenny Omega becoming the first ever IWGP United States champion. I mean, that's really fucking great. But I feel that the next title he should have won should have been the world title.
Yeah.
But I guess they couldn't have him losing to anybody else but Okada. Like, I only watched New Japan for those fights.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, Cody versus Okada, that seemed pretty good. I mean, I didn't watch the whole match, but Cody going from a fucking jobber in WWE to fighting the top guy in New Japan. Just amazing. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to let you go. This is the end of our first episode. Sorry for the little fucking hiccup at the start. But we hope you enjoyed the 1 hour and 45 minutes that didn't fuck up.
Yep.
Anyway, we will talk to you later.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.